Hello everybody, welcome to my social thread. I'm Sienna.
And I'm Crystal, and today is day 11 of Vlogmas, and we are going to start off with our advent calendar openings. So Sienna is my helper today. She's my second eldest daughter, and we're going to start off with which calendar, Sienna?
Kylie and the Machines.
Kylie and the Machines, which is the countdown calendar, so it's going backwards or going downwards. And we're going to show them first. We're going to box number 14, which is that one there. What is it? Crochet? What is it?
So
oh, like a little pin cushion.
Pin cushion.
Are we going to open that one? And I've got a tea here. What?
Oh, these ones are nice. You could use these green with oh, they've got extra at the back.
Yes. So show it to the thing.
What kind of green?
So it's like a foresty green, and on it says for you, a smaller width label, and on the back it says EXO. So you get 2 of those from Kylie and the Machines. Thank you very much. Next calendar, Sienna, which one?
Fabric Godmother.
Fabric Godmother. So we are on box number 11. Let's show them box number 11. Oh, that one, show them. So it's the one with the lady and the little drinks, cocktails.
It's a cocktail.
It's an alcoholic drink.
Alcohol. Use a small paintbrush to remove chalk marks.
Use a small paintbrush to remove chalk marks. So that's the tip at the back of the window. Are we going to guess? We're guessing.
I'm just taking off less so I can feel it better. It feels kind of
So
hard
chalk
kind of
marks. So
clay.
it's going to be. Oh, it's going to be chalk. It's chalk. It's triangular chalk. Open it.
It's another one.
I think because it is in chalk, it's in another piece of paper. So. Yes, it is.
Oh, it's quite pretty. What does it say on it?
Hancock, London. So H Hancock, London. I assume that's branded chalk. Again, could be expensive. I don't know. The brand's lost on me. That's from Fabric Godmother. Thank you very much. I don't seem to use chalk because I find it's not precise enough. I did used to use chalk, but then I found, for example, with darts, when you draw on darts, or like pleats where you have to put like a pleat, I just found that chalk was too thick and it just wasn't precise enough. So I ended up using friction pens, which I find are great. So, but anyway, it's a lovely little gift. And then beyond the pink door, we are opening box number 11. It's this one here.
It feels like a pencil or something.
What do you think it is?
Pencil. It feels pencil. It's actually got
Yep,
pencil
it's
near
definitely a
the
pencil.
Okay.
It's definitely a pencil and not a pen. Open it up.
Feels like a pencil anyway.
Sienna, me and you are wearing the same colour. Sienna's wearing her Tilly and the Buttons Tabitha drawstring dress in a dusky pink, and I'm wearing my what is this called, Sienna? I don't know what this is called. Toaster 7 Sohouse 7 toaster sweater in a dusky pink
and it's toasted
thing, cable knit.
So dressmaking sewing pencil.
Dressmaking sewing pencil. So how funny that box 11 for both the Beyond the Pink Door and Fabric Godmother were both marking tools. So this is a chalk pencil. Probably, I think it is, or maybe just like a white pencil, and it says dressmaking pencil. So there you go. So they're both the same item almost. So are you ranking yours? Pencil, yep. But number 1, Beyond the Pink Door for you.
And then Kylie and the Machines, the labels, and then the chalk
For Fabric Godmother. I think I totally agree with Sienna. My first place would be the pencil, only because I prefer a pencil or a pen. As I say, I use friction pens. I prefer a pencil for more accuracy. And second place for me is Kylie and the Machines with the 4U labels. And third place for me is the triangular traditional chalk from Fabric Godmother. Can we put these away, please? So chalk can go in my haberdashery, please.
Don't know what
that can go up there, and just up there, the little thing, the IKEA thing. Oh! So that's Advent calendars. Part 2 of the vlog is normally sewing chat, and today I don't have anything that I've done recently, or I haven't started on Sienna's Bakerloo dress yet, but I'm hoping to do that this weekend, hopefully. But I have received a package from Jenny Stitches. Yeah, Jenny Stitches packages, Jenny Stitches fabrics. And do you want to open this one up, Sienna?
Yes, I do. So you need to wait.
I can move these over here. I'll move that bobbin box. Right, go ahead, Sian. Sit. Oh dear. Quickly, the video's rolling, my love.
Yep.
Just rip it. Right, there you go. Come on, Sienna, let's go. Let's get in there. Put it out here so it's all nice. Oh, it's beautifully packaged as always. Oh, normally Jenny uses leftover pattern paper, the brown sort of pattern paper as her wrapping paper, but that's her colorway, the purple tissue paper instead of, I assume. What did I order? I can't remember. Is this my... Oh, so this isn't my blogger package. So this is what I bought using my £30 voucher for my last blogger project. So first and foremost, I bought a little package here. Yeah, it's my long-awaited fray check. So fray check I use for my buttonholes. Once the buttonhole has been sewn on by my machine, I then put some fray check on the pole part, and then I let that dry before I cut into it or chisel into the holes, and it stabilizes it and it prevents fraying. I also bought 2 meters. Oh, it's
very.
Oh no, is that 2? That's not 2 meters. Does it say 1 meter?
7 millimeters.
Yeah, that's the thing. 2 of 2. Oh, because it comes in half meters. Oh, that's a shame. I might have left over actually of black. So I was going to get 2 meters of this to use as a drawstring for Talia's Tabitha drawstring dress. But I've never done this before. Instead of buying 2, which is 2 meters, I bought 2 half meters. I've only got 1 meter, which won't be enough. But I might have enough in my stash. That was my fault. I've just checked that. Next, I've got a nice little thank you card. Jenny always has one of these. So this is an animated sort of replica of her and her shop. And it says, thank you for your order, Crystal, Jenny. And then my A0 printing. Why did I get that dress? Oh yeah, Bakerloo dress, because as I said before, I had originally made the Bakerloo before. My very first one, which is, where is it? Is the Bakerloo here?
This Bakerloo.
Yep.
This?
Yeah.
Really good at Bakerloo.
This Bakerloo dress, I made it in a size 14 because I have just put on a bit of weight recently and it was far too big. Anyway, my daughter tried it on and she really likes it. And I wanted to get a new print out of the Bakerloo because I had cut that pattern out. And I wanted a new print out for her so I could cut her out a smaller size. I then was quite bored one evening and I discovered that the 14 Bakerloo pattern that I had cut out, I was able to cut it out into a smaller size because all the sizes were still within every pattern piece, which is amazing. So I can save that for another time. Bakerloo A0 print out.
Wait, is this one that's going to make Etta's Tabitha t-shirt? Yes.
And then fabric wise, I bought, where is this from? This is from Poppy Fabric. Lovely cotton jersey. Is it brush backed?
It was like those buttons we got last time.
So it's a cotton jersey, but it's a brush back, like it's like a sweat. It's like a lightweight sweatshirting. And you can see sort of that furry back.
It's really warm.
Lovely and stretchy, and it's in the lovely dusky pink colourway with sort of multicolored splodges.
Like
Jenny has, Jenny has this in the black colourway as well. And my daughter originally chose the black colourway, but then I kind of managed to persuade her to go for the pink. So this will be the same as Anya's dress, Sienna's dress, but for Talia instead, who's my eldest. So I'm going to make the Tabitha t-shirt dress for her. In that I got 2.5 meters. Did I get? Yes, I got 2.5 meters for that. And that's it. That's all I got from Jenny Stitches Fabrics. Right, Sienna, can that go my
haberdashery
thing? The thread box. This in haberdashery. This in the bin. A0 can go up in my filing thing, cabinet thing. This, yep. And that will go in the wash at some point.
I think I broke something.
That'll go in the wash at some point.
This goes in the bin.
Thank you very much. Oh no, battery saver. Yes, please. Yes, please. And so today is Saturday. I always record the day before, so you will see this on the Sunday. So today, what did we do? So it's it was -2 here this morning. The children were supposed to -3 apparently. The children were supposed to go to karate. They have Saturday 2-hour lessons on a Saturday from 10 till 12. but they were just feeling, it was just really, it was super cold. And I think some of them had a bit of a sniffle. Plus we were having friends over for 1 o'clock lunchtime. And my eldest son, 13-year-old Tristan, kind of said, look, Mum, I'll stay behind to help you tidy up the house and help you with prepping the food, which I thought was amazing. And I looked at my husband and I said, look, whenever we need to get the house clean, we just invite friends over. And Tristan will willingly stay behind and help tidy up. So we did a tidy up this morning, and then we prepared for lunch. We had some good friends over. They're a family of 7 children. So they have 7 children in their family, but only three are with them at the moment because the other children have grown up, married, or are living abroad. So that was nice having them over. And they literally just left about, what, an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago?
An hour.
And what did I make? I made some chili con carne. I used chili con carne and rice, and I used the BBC Good Food recipe. So the main ingredients, as in the main sort of ingredients, would be cumin, paprika, and oregano. And then I add stock cubes and tomatoes, passata with minced beef. I also add mixed vegetables as opposed to kidney beans because my kids don't really like kidney beans, and that was that. And then we served that with yogurt and salad. Yes, my love. And so that was for the children, although I made a big pot, so really I mean all of us had a little bit as well. And then sort of the mains for the adults was I made some noodles. They're rice noodles. It's a Filipino dish. It's a typical Filipino noodle dish with lots of different vegetables, and the main flavoring agent is oyster sauce, Chinese oyster sauce. So I made a big pot of that. I also made some sweet barbecue chicken, which consists of, the marinade is very simple. Again, it's a very Filipino thing. It's basically ketchup, soy sauce, honey, salt and pepper, herbs if you wish. And it was chicken thighs that I marinated and I baked in the oven, or I cooked in the oven for about 35 minutes. And that came out all sticky and nice. And what else did we have? And that was it. And then for dessert, we just had apple crumble with custard. And also Sienna made a marble cake with custard. And we had some cookies and things as well. Yeah, so big fam. So when we cook for ourselves, obviously that's big enough proportions as it is. But when we have guests over, it's even bigger. So I have a I have a Range Master range, but with the ceramic top. So I have 3 big rings and 2 small rings. So the one big ring I had my chili on. The rice I was cooking on a rice cooker, so that didn't need to go on the cooker. And then I had my chicken in the oven. And then for the noodles, I have this big, it's like an electronic, it's a big, is it ceramic? It's a big pan, silicone coated pan, non-stick coated. It's a big pan, and you have like an electrical outlet that you plug in, and I think caterers use it mostly, so you can cook in it and you can serve it as well. And also if you were to take it somewhere, you could reheat it by plugging it in. So I use it because it's quite large, and I quite like having a large surface area, especially when I'm making noodles, because I can mix it all in. And it's not, I mean, I could use a pot, but it's just harder to mix everything in. And I also use this pan for paella, risotto, that sort of thing. And I'll show just you a quick picture of that, just so you can see the pan. And they're really great. They're really inexpensive. Actually, my mother-in-law bought it for me. I think it was like £40 for the pan, and they come in all different sizes. So I have the big one, and I have a slightly smaller one that we take for camping. When we go camping, there is we go to a particular site in Whitemead, which is near Wales, and they have electrical socket points, so you can bring electrical goods. Anyhow, so that was really nice. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, we are going to our normal Sunday mass, and it's after mass that we go to the hall. And today St. Nicholas, or tomorrow St. Nicholas will be coming, aka Santa Claus. St. Nicholas will be coming to say hello to the children and also give out chocolate coins, that sort of thing. And the children have photographs. And as I say, in our parish there's probably about, I don't know, 50, 60 children, maybe 70 children, and then adults, about 50 adults, 60 adults. So it's a big thriving parish, lots of young families, lots of young children. And it's also a shared lunch, so everybody's sort of bringing a dish, and it's kind of potluck, and it gets shared between everybody. So that's quite nice. So we're doing that tomorrow. which is Sunday, and that's it really. So I have actually run out of topics to talk to you about. Yesterday I spoke about my cakes. Thank you so much for all those that have commented on YouTube and also on Instagram. And for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, it's the same, my social thread, all one word. And I also have a destash account, my social thread _dstash, for fabric and patterns that I am destashing. But I got some lovely comments on Instagram especially about how lovely my cakes looked and things. So that's very, very nice. Thank you so much. And it makes sort of sharing parts of your life worthwhile when people post some lovely comments. Sorry. Tea. What else was I going to talk about? So that was the cakes thing. I was going to say something about that, but I forgot. Yes. And then also just going back to the children. I'm going to turn you a little bit this way. There was a comment online about homeschooling where somebody said, how does one cater for a child that's good in a particular thing? So for example, if a child is particularly artistic or is interested in music and the arts, you know, how does one cater for that? And the simple answer to that is, you know, it's for the parent to realize that their child is, you know, particularly, you know, interested in the particular subject, and it's for them to then find, you know, a class to enroll them on, either online or live. You know, it's for the parent to sort of encourage the child to do what they enjoy by obviously providing them with resources, materials, that sort of thing. But in our family situation, for example, as everybody will know, every child is different, even from the same family. So we have very academic children, we have not so academic children, which is totally fine. But it is a challenge to cater to the, I mean, even in the homeschooling environment where it's only me and my children, I wouldn't say a challenge, it's just slightly different catering to other people, other children with different abilities. So I'm going to just post up a little picture here. It's going to cover my face, and I really like this sort of animated clip here, and it really brings home to me what homeschooling is all about. So as you can see from the picture, I think it's a monkey, so I'm going to pop I don't have the picture in front of me at the moment, but I will try and talk and remember what this picture is about. It's an animal sitting at a table, and there's 4 different animals standing in front of him, and the test is basically to climb a tree, and they're going to be graded on how good they climb this tree. And of the animals that need to go up the tree, we have, I think it's an elephant, a giraffe, a monkey, and a fish in a fishbowl. So now I use this as kind of like a lovely picture to illustrate sort of the school system and why we homeschool. So obviously the fish is going to think the fish will not be able to climb that tree, and I think, you know, failing that exam, he may think for the rest of his life that he's useless, or that he's stupid, or that he's not clever. I'm feeling emotional. I don't know why I'm feeling emotional. You know, and, you know, he may get laughed at. You know, he may think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I climb that tree? Why am I different? You know, and I just think it's a lovely sort of picture that I always look at, and it evokes a lot of different emotions, I think, personally. And I just think that's exactly what school is like. You know, again, not to knock school. As I said, I went to school all the way through from nursery all the way up to university and law school. So I did the whole school system. So it's not to say that the school system is terrible and it doesn't work at all. Obviously for myself it worked, for my husband it worked, it's worked for lots of my friends as well and their children. But for me personally, the general feeling with regards to this cartoon and school is that there is kind of only one exam, or there's one sort of grading system for every child, and every child is different with different abilities. There are some children that work really well doing essays, there are some that are very good at memorizing, there are some that are good at maths but not so good at English, some that can read from an early age, some that are better at maths or electronics, that sort of thing. And I think that's another reason why we homeschool, is because we are able to cater for the individual needs of our children. So for example, Talia is very academic. You know, she loves to study. At this moment in time, she's applying to college. So that will be the end of her homeschool journey when she goes to college next year. At this moment in time, she has no distractions as such. I mean, she loves to read. She meets up with her friends once a week. She enjoys karate, that sort of thing. But apart from that, she really loves studying, and she has all the time in the world at this moment in time. And so for her, she wants to you know, take some really quite meaty subjects in college. So she's applying for biology, chemistry and maths, with the view of at this moment in time going towards medical school. But also those subjects are very useful for other career paths. So if she doesn't end up going to medical school, she could also go into software engineering, which is what her dad does, and she has got some knowledge of that. Again, with the maths, she could do anything in sort of finance, that sort of thing. So the subjects she has chosen are very good subjects that can offer her a wide variety of career paths. My son, for example, I wouldn't say he's as enthusiastic as my daughter academically, but he has so far shown that he is able. You know, he got an A star in computer science at the age of 12. No, yeah, well, he did the exam at 12. He got the results at 13, so he got an A star in that. He's currently on track to do his GCSE maths this year at the age of 13. And so he might not be as enthusiastic, but he has managed to show results. So, you know, we're very, very proud of him. He, on the other hand, probably does not want to go to college. He would rather go straight into industry. So he's hoping to follow in his dad's footsteps and go the software engineering route. And from my husband's experience over the years, he went to university, got a first-class degree, but he says in hindsight, had he known, he would have not gone to university and he would have gone straight into industry at 18. And the experience and the knowledge gained from those 3 years in the workforce rather than at university would have placed him sort of 10 years ahead of where he is now. And he realizes that now. And so for our son Tristan, he is, you know, telling him he doesn't need to go to college for this particular career path that he wants to go down. He is still going to take his main GCSE, so he has that. Things may change. He may want to go to college when that time comes, but for the moment his career path is do his GCSEs, get some work experience, go straight into industry. Next child, Sienna, not really sure what she wants to do. She is very meticulous with her work. She's very precise. She likes things to be neat and tidy. And I remember when she was younger and I was teaching her, she would do her work, but if there was ever a mistake, she would, so if she was writing a paragraph on something and she had one mistake, instead of rubbing out that mistake or crossing it out, she would rub the whole thing out and start again. And she would do this 2 or 3 times per subject or whatever we're doing, and it was frustrating for me, it was frustrating for her, and it was just one of those things that she had to get past, because I said to her, you know, it's okay if you make a mistake, it's fine if you spelt that wrong, it's all a learning curve, you just have to cross it out and just write it again next to it. And it took us a while for her to realize that it was okay to make a mistake, and it was okay for her work to be slightly messy, because you can rewrite it out again in best. So she has that sort of personality. She's kind of growing out of it a little bit now, which is great. Not too sure what she wants to do. But then we have another child who is a little bit behind in reading for his age, and he's such a darling boy, and we always, you know, say to him, you know, your reading is perfect, you know, don't worry about it, doesn't matter if you're behind, don't compare yourself to others, type of thing. But he's very much a hands-on kind of person, so rather than sort of maths and reading and writing, he can, you know, he can build things with his hands. He loves sort of carpentry. At the age of 8, he built his own birdhouse from scratch, like from pieces of wood, and it had mitered corners. It was, you know, beautifully dovetailed, and he did that all, I mean, he did it with the help of his dad. But that's the sort of thing that he's interested in. He loves making things, fixing things. So he's very, he likes tangible things that he likes to do with his hands. So in that respect, we have kind of catered to him slightly, in that my husband has bought, he had a lot of sort of DIY tools at home already, but the garage we've kind of turned into a little mini workshop where he's got like, I don't know what they're called. it's like a cutting table, and then you've got the circular saws that come down. You've got various bits and pieces, sanding things, and I don't know what these things are called, like a saw, electrical saw with like a finger guard thing. So he has all these things at his disposal, and now and again he will go down there with his dad and create things. He loves gardening, he loves planting. He planted some vegetables for us this year, some radishes and some strawberries, which actually grew and bore fruit, and he was very, very excited about that. You know, so he loves that sort of thing. So in that respect, you know, I think for him, he might do something in that field. I personally would love one of my children to sort of go into a trade of some sort, like, you know, being an electrician or a plumber or a builder, you know, that sort of thing. Because I think over the years where we've had work done to our house, extensions, that sort of thing, it's very hard to find a good tradesperson that you can trust, that the quality of work is good, their work ethos is good. And we would love, you know, I just think they make a lot of money actually, and they'll always be in work, there'll always be some work to do, and I just think it'd be really, really nice to have someone in the family that does a sort of trade that of that nature. So yeah, so that's our dear Gabriel. So he's 9. His reading actually has come along very, very well in recent times, and I just think maybe if they were at school, I don't know whether would he, you know, would he be encouraged despite his abilities? You know, would he be you know, given a different direction despite his abilities? I mean, I don't know, because obviously we haven't got that to compare to. But for us, we found that you know, encouraging him in the things that he's very good at has become very useful, rather than, you know, criticizing him for not being on par with people his age for that particular subject, like reading or writing. So anyhow, and there's a sweet story actually about our Gabriel. He's very loving, he's very kind, although now he has got a bit of a cheeky streak. But I remember he was probably about 7 or 8, and my parents took him out to McDonald's with a couple of the children. I'm not sure which batch of children they took. So they were eating McDonald's, and my mum noticed that Gabriel wasn't eating all of his food, and he had wrapped some of his nuggets in a little tissue. And my mum was like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, why are you not eating?" And Gabriel, poor little child, he said, "Oh, I'm saving it for my brother because my brother really likes it." So he was saving it for Tristan. And when my mum told me this story, I nearly cried. I just thought, this poor child, you know, he's had this McDonald's for him, and instead of eating it all for himself, he thought, my brother really likes this, I'm going to save him a nugget, and I'm going to wrap it up in tissue and bring it home for my eldest brother. And I just thought that was so sweet. And when I told the story to Tristan, I said, "Oh, look, your brother loves you so much, you know, this tiny little nugget, it might be, you know, a tiny little thing, but it, you know, the the thought behind it was just beautiful." Anyway, so that's what Gabriel's like. He does these sweet little things for his brothers and sisters. And sometimes if, for example, you know, I'm giving out chocolate bars and there's maybe not enough chocolate bars to go round, he will offer his chocolate bar to the child that doesn't have it. So that's really, really sweet. So every child, as I say, has their abilities, has their, you know, strengths and weaknesses. And I think we are trying to, you know, develop their strengths and help them with their weaknesses. Hopefully that's what we're hoping to do with this homeschooling journey of ours. And yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm at 28 minutes at the moment. I'm not too sure what I'm going to talk about for the rest of the Vlogmases. I am going to continue with the advent calendars. Obviously, I'm going to show you my makes as I go along. And hopefully I'll be able to chat to you about something. The vlogs are probably going to get shorter as I have less things to talk about. But I still thank you for watching anyway. And hopefully you are enjoying my content in the meantime. But for now, I shall say my goodbye and I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.